For all of us here at NBC, thanks for watching and have a great week.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
KUAM TV8, home of the Milan Cortina Olympics. Coverage begins February 6th, 2026. KUAM News headlines are presented by Calvo's Insurance, protecting Micronesia for 85 years. Matson and the Adai Itano program. Apply at matson.com and McDonald's of Guam. I'm loving it.
Ahead on KUAM News Primetime.
The Guam Fire Department's 24th fire cycle spent last week building the foundation, undergoing hands-on experience with fire ground operations and fire suppression. A former Guam resident attending University of Alabama is inspired from his island home and what he hopes to bring back. And we give you a sneak peek of some of Guam's talent taking part in World Theater Productions' Jesus Christ Superstar held over the weekend.
Hafa and good evening. Welcome to KUAM News Primetime. I'm Destiny Cruz-Lingus. Thanks for starting your week with us and happy Labor Day. Fire in the streets of Hagåtña, but this time it's for training. For a week, the Guam Fire Department turned West O'Brien Drive into a live classroom where the next generation of firefighters put their skills to the test in real-life scenarios. Jonah Gonçalves has more.
For the past week, the Guam Fire Department conducted critical training along West O'Brien in Hagåtña with their 24th fire cycle. As a result, there was partial lane closure near Cassidy's Insurers. GFD Fire Lieutenant James A. Pangilinan is the lead instructor for the fire suppression and says for the past few months, the recruits have been going over the different aspects of fire operations and fire suppression, which all led up to this week's evolution.
Which is a full-blown fire exercise or operation. So for the past, I guess, 2 weeks, I would say, we've been breaking it down step by step. Now we're incorporating everything all together to make it one big evolution, which the recruits can do on their own without the instructors.
Pangilinan says the hands-on experience provides them tools to better themselves. One of the fire recruits is 22-year-old Logan Conception, who shares the same sentiment.
Massive learning experience. I mean, the program they designed for us here is it's working. It's got all of us being the best that we can be. We're learning a lot every single day.
Throughout the week, the fire recruits went through a series of evolutions.
All the evolutions today is tasks that we do at a fire scene, whether at a house fire, warehouse fire, any kind of fire scene that we have. We go from ladders, we do supply lines, fire attack. We also have victim rescue. We also have injured firefighters down.
The training is crucial knowledge, and Pangilinan says it goes beyond putting out flames.
To include not just fire suppression, but as we rescue, we extricate a victim, we render care. It doesn't stop just because I am assigned to the fire truck today that I remove the victim or remove the firefighter out, hand it over to the ambulance personnel. No, we are all EMTs, we are all firefighters. We extricate, we give care.
And beyond the physicality, communication is key.
He needs to know where all his personnel are at a fire. So with him understanding where all his personnel are, he can direct different units if they're already finished with a task to do something else, or if there's a rescue, he can direct the closest unit to conduct that rescue. We don't have to get another unit from outside. We'll go for the closest unit to that victim. So communication, being able to transmit that you completed your task, will inform the IC the bigger picture.
Conception says the journey turned classmates into family.
We all came into this not knowing anyone, and I'm pretty sure most of us would consider us family.
Overall, Pangilinan says the fire recruits have been like sponges, absorbing the training and pushing themselves to new limits.
Shout out to my cadres. The program they designed here, amazing, it's working. We're all in the best shape of our life.
Jonah Gonçalves, KUAM News.
Well, up next, we have an incredible story to share with you. KUAM intern Janice Carrasco had the privilege of sitting down with Aley Perez. She's standing by with more.
Thanks, Destiny. I had the privilege of sitting down with Aley Perez, a proud native of Guam who is currently studying accounting at the University of Alabama. He's doing it all from working 3 jobs to pursuing his education, and his journey is truly inspiring. Beyond his personal success, Aley hopes to bring his skills and experiences back home to Guam, contributing to the island's growth and future. But I will let him share his story with you.
Tell me a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. Hafa de Guam. My name is Aley Perez. I'm currently here in Huntsville, Alabama, attending UAH. I am a junior majoring in accounting. I currently hold 2 on-campus positions as a past leader for my accounting courses, and I recently joined as an ambassador for the College of Business here at UAH. I was born and raised on Guam, and I recently moved to Huntsville in 2022 after graduating high school to further continue my studies.
Aley's drive goes beyond the classroom. While pursuing his accounting degree, he is also holding down 3 jobs and serving as a leader on campus. Here's how he describes his busy schedule.
Like, what are you doing for work? Is it anything related to what you are studying for right now? Tell us a little bit about that, please.
Yes, absolutely. So apart from being a full-time student, I have 3 jobs. So the 2 on-campus positions, I am a past leader. PASS is an acronym for peer assisted study sessions. In these sessions, I hold 3 of them a week, and I do that for the introductory accounting classes. In these sessions, they are about an hour long. We review study strategy sessions. When the time arises, we will hold review sessions when students are having an upcoming exam, and overall, PASS is an extension of the course. So if they have any additional questions, I have students get together in small groups and we'll work on group problems together. And that's something I've been doing since August of 2024. And needing to keep myself busy and gain experience, especially when it comes to my past role as a leader. Not only is it a facilitator role to other students, but also teaching accounting helps me as my major in the long run. Teach it once, it's almost like learning twice. So it's that knowledge that will stick with me, not only myself, but to help teach it to others as well. Especially when it comes to accounting, because it's not the easiest.
When I asked Aley why he chose Alabama, I also wondered what it was like being so far from his family. But he explained that his family is actually there with him in Alabama, something he says has made a big difference in his journey.
I do have family here in Alabama. They are homebound. They've been here since 2008. I may be wrong there, but they've been here for a while essentially, and they know what is here. And I always knew I wanted to do school elsewhere. So when it was time for my senior year and graduating, they reached out and they were like, "Hey, we're here. We know. Let us help you." So I've been with them since 2022 this whole time, and yeah, they've just been a real help in the long run, being very supportive and helping me with every milestone I have been achieving so far since coming here.
After talking about why he chose Alabama, I wanted to know how it felt leaving Guam and if there was any culture shock along the way.
It was very hard leaving home at first because when I left, that was my first time ever leaving the island. I never traveled anywhere once. That was my first time on a plane, almost 25-hour flight from Guam to Japan, Japan to Houston, and then Houston to Huntsville. Yeah, all the experiences, the culture shock was astounding. Seeing all different types of things and people and all the places. It was a lot. It was very, very fun and thrilling. I remember going to Japan as a layover and just overall like seeing all different type of vendors and shops and the conveyor belt where people walk on back and forth. That was very exciting. I remember like going on that like once or twice, like just for the fun of it, while waiting for my next flight. When I got to Houston, that was I believe that was one of the more giant airports. Like it was in the shape of a horseshoe. I had to take a whole train to get from one area to the other. I tried Starbucks for the first time. That was great. I saw Whataburger. Yeah, all the restaurants that I wasn't really fond of or cared for. That was exciting too. And for my flight to Houston to Huntsville, it was like 7 to 8 p.m. I was just sitting down waiting for them to call my number, and then I look outside and it's still right outside. Mind you, it's still like 7 p.m. I'm like, wow, daytime outside, and it's like night. It's supposed to be nighttime.
Coming from tropical Guam, I wondered how Aley was handling the colder weather. Here's what he had to say about seeing snow for the very first time.
Yes, I saw snow first in like 2023. It was like my folks here, it was my aunt and uncle. They told me expect snow in the morning. So when I woke up, I looked outside my window. It's like all over the roads are icy. Everything's covered in snow. It was snowing, but not intensely, but just a little flakes. Everything, it was just all so exciting. And it was cold. I got to go outside, do snow angels, have a little snowball fight with my cousin. Yeah, it was great.
When I asked Aley what has been the most rewarding part of studying at the University of Alabama, he said everyone was so welcoming and nice, it reminded him of home on Guam.
Being at UAH, especially being a College of Business student, one thing that really stuck out to me when I first got here, they had student orientation. And at one point throughout the orientation, they pulled us aside to help us basically have a tour of the building, the campus, and help get our schedules set up for the semester. And just being in the College of Business alone, everyone was so welcoming, heartwarming, overall just like very nice. And that's something that really resonated with me, because that value was very reminiscent of back home and being on Guam. You know, being on Guam, we're essentially the space of tourism. That's what we're known for, and having to experience that almost 7,000 miles away, it felt like I didn't leave home at all. Just being welcomed and feeling safe, feeling like I was not even like a new person. Like I was just there. People were just overall very supportive, and that's something that helped me adjust.
And if that wasn't impressive enough, Aley still makes time to give back. He says it is his way of showing appreciation to both Guam and the University of Alabama. Janice Carrasco, KUAM News.
Thanks, Janice. Time for a quick break. You're watching KUAM.
GU Self-Storage, located in Harmon next to McDonald's, offers a variety of storage units. With rates starting as low as $95 per month, we offer complimentary use of dollies, push carts, Klein's hand trucks, and pallet jack, with a fully covered loading and unloading areas and ADA accessible units. We offer 24-hour CCTV surveillance monitoring, alarm, and individual pin-coded gate and door access, because your safety is our priority. GU Self-Storage, voted Pika's Best in 2024. Call 671-648-7867 today.
Win one championship, you're celebrated. Win twice, they call you a hero. 3 times, they say words like legend and dynasty. 4, 5, 6 titles, they'll say enough is enough. But when you've won it all 7 times, what's left to say? The trophy speaks for itself. Introducing the full lineup of Ram trucks. Ram, 7-time winner of Motor Trend's Truck of the Year.
I grew up on Guam. Sports shaped who I am. But representing our island on the national basketball team taught me the importance of community. After 10 years in Hawaii, working at Bank of Hawaii, I came home to give back and to lead. At Bank of Hawaii, we're passionate about helping everyone in our community create a better life for themselves and their families to reach their possible. I'm Mike Sakazaki, and I can't wait to help you reach yours.
Anything's possible.
Reach your possible with Bank of Hawaii.
I'm here at East Palm Beach on Labor Day picnic with my friends from GFDO. What's up, guys? Viva Labor Day!
Kita lazer o ofício, tu mulala da cada dia.
being able to have the support from our own families and from our DFE family, it makes it worthwhile, and they're able to continue on and give that service to the people of Guam.
Which agency are you guys with?
CPA.
You guys got a great tent.
We made a commitment that we were going to make this happen to honor our employees this year and to just truly recognize everybody for the outstanding work that they do, whether it's in the classrooms, in the offices, in the hallways, down at the district office, facilities and maintenance, what have you. And we have about 350 to 400 employees here today.
Hey, Chief! Happy Labor Day! Happy Labor Day! Where'd you come from?
So we're coming in from Virginia. Yeah. And today just happens to be Labor Day, but it's also my 66th birthday.
Happy birthday!
Yeah, so the government of Guam is giving me a large birthday party.
This is all for you, sir.
That's right.
Now, on an amazing Labor Day weekend, that wasn't the only thing that's happening here at Ipa Beach. We also got a special sneak preview of Jesus Christ Superstar UOG. Let's check that out.
We have to transform this field house into a quasi-concert hall in 48 hours every time, and usually only have maybe 3 hours, 4 hours to get everything out when we're done. So that's always the challenge.
If you strip away and restart here for you.
Ah, gentlemen, you know why we are here. We've not much time and quite a problem here.
The cast is about 65 and anywhere from 8 years old up to adults. The young kids really, they appreciate it more. And they're more, they scream and shout and they're more excitable during the show. So it's really good for the cast as well.
Now for a look at your world at home. Here's a view from the shores of Boat Basin and Hagåtña.
Tatigi tutuni tano, gihatini paraiso, si Diyos hanapan hutong, floresihan ni maboni.
set to ace the school year with Kmart's A+ deals for every grade. Crush the classroom with unbeatable deals on school supplies, plus tasty snacks and drinks that are perfect for packing lunches and powering through the school day. College bound? Get campus ready with dorm essentials like bedding, organizers, and cool touches to make it yours. Teachers score everyday discounts on classroom essentials to spark every student's success. Move to head of the class only at Kmart. Kmart, back to school, back to cool.
Understanding that my worth is in God and not how well I play, and just acknowledging like when I have a bad day or an off day, that I acknowledge my mistakes and then how can I come back from it. Everything mentally and physically, I understand that you can reach your potential, your highest potential, but the sky is truly the limit. And specifically, I want to improve my mental game so I can be there for my teammates when they're feeling like they're in a rut, and I want to be that someone that they can turn to. No one and nothing is stopping you from reaching your fullest potential except yourself. It takes a lot of discipline and determination to reach your goals, not just in sports, but in life. My biggest inspiration is God, because I wouldn't be here without Him, and the people that constantly surround me and support me. My long-term goals are to ignite a spark in the younger generation and to encourage them and help them to want to get better, and just for the sport of volleyball to grow on the island. Shout out to God, my mom, my dad, my brothers, and everyone who's seen me along the way, especially my coaches.
This is Lana Devera, and this is In the Cut.
Parents, do you know the power of talking, reading, playing, and singing to your baby? These actions help your baby build their language and literacy. Talk and sing to your baby about things around you. Call 311 Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., excluding holidays, for more tips and resources to help your child succeed.
Get yourself ready for a trip through McDonald land. There's fish-shaped volcanoes, you'll even find a French fry veg. Now just turn around and see if you won't find a hamburger patch as a handful of McDonald's and McDonald Land.
Come get the new Mount McDonald Land shake when you order the McDonald Land meal.
Anything's possible.
College is possible. Retirement is possible. Adventure is possible. And so is saving for it all with our Bank Ohana Savings Special. Earn an interest rate of 3.5% for the first 90 days when you deposit $25,000 from another bank into a Bank Ohana Bonus Rate Savings Plus account. Requires a Bank Ohana checking account with an opening deposit of $500. So make your savings goals possible.
Anything's possible.
Reach your possible with Bank of Hawaii.
News Bites is brought to you by Docomo Pacific Better Together, Fresco Clothing, original custom design apparel of Guam and the Marianas, and the Guam Army National Guard. Live here, serve here. We've got some News Bites for you on this Thursday evening, everybody. Let's see what's happening around our island and how you can get involved. First up, the zombie run. Check this poster out. That is super awesome. See, everybody, that's what happens when you have AI, the paid version. And I know the folks that made this, and they do use the paid version. It's super, super awesome. More importantly, it's our friends at the Children's Ark, and they are doing amazing things. It's a festival to help kids in need, so make sure to get involved. It's going to be over at the Leo Palace. It's on October the 11th, a total party. You get free snow cones, free popcorn, free face painting, a costume contest, haunted house. It's really, really awesome, and the run, and you get to help some awesome kids. All right. Help our awesome island at the Guam International Coastal Cleanup, because all over Guam, we are going to be picking up trash. We're going to be making our beaches look beautiful. We're going to be making the coconut trees look amazing. We're even going to dust off the Tangantangan, because Tangantangan looks beautiful too when it's clean. And that's what we got to do. We are stewards of our community, so find out how you can get involved. And if you are a high schooler, learning points, sign up your school. There you go. Perfect chance to get service learning. And service is all what the Guam Women's Chamber of Commerce is all about, and they are having their annual conference. It is called In Bloom. That is the theme. It is the Fanatsu Famalawan Conference, and it's almost like contest, but you want to get your contest for the tickets. See how I spun that around there? And get your tickets because they are unavailable now, but they are going very, very quickly. Save your seat and secure your place at In Bloom. It's going to be amazing. All right, here's your birthdays. Labor Day, happy birthday wishes going out to Sophia Y. Happy birthday number 17, Sophia. May your day be filled with joy, and we love you very, very much. This is coming from Mom, Dad, and the entire family. And happy birthday, lucky number 7, to Joelle Alexander. Happy birthday, Boboy. You've grown so much over the past year, and you make us so proud. May God bless you always, and your entire family says we love you. Want to wish your special someone a happy birthday? Just click the QR code here on your screen or email birthdayclub@kuam.com.
And that's your primetime show. Thanks for watching. I'm Destiny Cruz-Lingus. Have a safe evening.
These days, people are getting news from everywhere: social media, influencers, and countless platforms.
For many young people, social media shapes how they learn about what's happening in the world. But the problem? Social media often spreads misinformation, and traditional news doesn't always grab their attention.
So how can news organizations connect with the younger generation while staying a trusted source of information? That's what we're diving into on this episode of Off the Record.
Hafa, welcome to another episode of Off the Record, where nothing is, on the KUAM Podcast Network. I'm Matsuki Hirayama.
I'm Kobe Onodera.
And I'm Nevaeh Anderson. And today we're diving into something that's hitting close to home for us as a younger broadcast and digital news team. How do we engage younger audiences in the news?
Yeah, I mean, This is something that we always think about because I know we were talking about this off camera earlier, but we just happen to all be English majors.
But you know, when we're writing for news, we're not trying to write long essays. We're trying to inform the public in a way that's quick and easy to understand.
Yeah.
So what do you guys think are some challenges for getting our younger viewers, our younger audiences engaged?
I think like on the more digital side, I think we're trying to like adapt to people's like attention spans. And not to say people are like not paying attention all the time, but like digital media has definitely changed the way people consume information and stuff. Like especially on TikTok, like if I've noticed like if a video is more like than a minute or like 2 minutes, people will be like, I don't want to watch it. They'll keep scrolling. So it's kind of like finding a way to like hit that sweet spot of being able to tell everything you need to tell within a short amount of time,
And
especially
catching-
for digital.
Yeah, and like catching their attention like right away, but not sensationalizing any kind of situation that you're trying to like share through the news. Too.
Yeah, and we forgot to mention this off the bat, but we're also all we happen to be Gen Z also.
Yeah.
I mean, for me personally, I'm like on the cusp kind of Gen Z and millennial because I'm a 98 baby. But what about for you guys?
I was born in 2001, so I'm like right in the
2000.
dead center.
I was born in 2002, so we're like only a couple months like apart.
Yeah, and we're at the year now where like Gen Z's entering the workforce, so like you can definitely see it too in like how companies are like approaching like their like advertisements and like their overall like what they're putting out on their social media.
Yeah.
Like you can see a lot of like trendy stuff. I always see like the videos where it's like me using Gen Z lingo in front of my millennial or like an older boss, and they're just like, "What are you talking about?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm also curious, like what age were you guys at when you started realizing news is really important? Or like when did you guys start like watching the news, reading the newspaper? Like how old were you guys?
Well, I would say that I was pretty young. I live with my grandparents, and so my grandpa, he's always watching the legislature, he's always watching the news on TV, so I'd sit there and I'd watch it with him. You know, we used to get the paper at our house, and I'd flip through it in the morning before school, and especially on the weekends, because that's when they had the really good, like, comics in the back. But I've always been pretty engaged in it. I don't think I was always really processing the information necessarily, especially with the heavier topics. And then even in middle school, I did journalism, high school did journalism. I don't know why I didn't anticipate working in journalism once I graduated college, but here I am. And yeah, so I kind of always been clocked in.
And just a little sneak peek, later on we're going to bring a very special guest from Santa Barbara where they actually started a journalism club, so keep tuning in later on for that, where we hear from them. But yeah, but for you, like when did you start getting interested in this?
Well, I like genuine interest was probably more towards like end of high school, more towards college. But I remember having to do like in middle school, high school, like
the current events.
Current events, yeah. So like we would just have to find an article about like something going on around the world and just write about it. And I think at the time I was just like, I don't really care. Like, okay, I'll use this story and just write it on it. And then I guess more towards college when I was still really focusing on my writing, news is a very good place to get information because most of the time it's credible information. Like you're not going to see a news station that's spreading false information like very often, right? So I think more towards college I was like, wow, I should really start paying attention to what's going on around the world.
Yeah, definitely. And I feel like maybe the younger generation don't really know why news is important in the first place. So like for example, just the other day I was having a conversation with a family member, and I guess they're kind of part of the younger generation, but they're a little bit older than me, but still within that bracket. But yeah, they were actually asking me like a very simple question, like what are taxes even, like how do they even work, like and I feel like that's one of the key important reasons why like our youth should be consuming the news, because like for example taxes, like you are a taxpayer and everything your tax dollars go to funds the government, like the roads you drive on, your public hospital, the public education system, our schools, and all of that, public safety.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people miss out that a lot of the things that happen, especially on Guam, very much affect your life. Like,
Yes.
Like I know, like legislative sessions are usually like they're very long and they're like sometimes hard to watch because it's just like them sitting down talking all this like they're using big words and like legal stuff. Yeah, a lot of jargon. So it's like I don't want to pay attention to that because it's so long and like, but the stuff that they do cover very much affects us like with the taxes and everything and like. I know a big one that recently happened was like tourism and like how that's affecting our economy. So I think like for us as like a news, that's like our job to kind of like process that and then feed it back out to like to everyone, like the audience, so that they can understand what's really happening.
Yeah, and just going off of that, I feel like weirdly enough, like some of the things that catch on with our younger audiences, it's like these slang phrases, like even locally. Like I remember, I forgot who said it. It might have been Maria Gutierrez from when she was on the Guam Board of Education, but she said something like "Todd's a plan, meche plan," something like that. Do you guys know what it was? Like it went viral. Like I remember seeing it. Like all my teacher friends were posting about it, and
yeah, it was like a moment of. She kind of just dropped like her usual like professional demeanor and was like, "Where's the money?"
What was the phrase? Do you guys remember?
I don't remember exactly, but
something about like if you guys know and if you guys are watching this like on our YouTube or Facebook, like comment down below. Like what gets you guys interested in the news? And if you remember that phrase, tell us about it. Remind us.
I don't remember.
And it is effective when, you know, even us or on Guam Scene or KUAM News, when we use all those, like, we try to incorporate this slang, even if younger audiences aren't initially grasping what the information is, they are talking about it because it becomes a moment on their social media and on their feed and stuff. So we try to relate to our younger audiences and, you know, curate or produce our content so that it's accessible to all ages who are looking for more information.
Okay, guys, we're going to take a quick break, but joining us soon is Micaela Rivera from Santa Barbara Catholic School. She's an educator there, and she also runs the Broadcast Media Club, so we'll be getting more from her.
Honey, do you want some milk?
Do you ever wonder how your favorite products make their way into your local stores? Most arrive on state-of-the-art Matson vessels that transport containers of food, household items, equipment, and supplies into the islands every week. Because we know that you depend on us, we work closely with our partners to ensure that our shipments arrive on time, all the time, so you can find your favorite products when you need them. We transport the region's most precious cargo that supports successful businesses and promotes a better quality of life for our families. Matson is proud to have been the hometown shipping carrier for Guam, the CNMI, and Micronesia for the past 25 years, and you can count on us to be here for generations to come.
All right, welcome back. As we mentioned, we have a very special guest joining us, Miss Rivera, Miss Micaela Rivera from Santa Barbara. Could you just introduce yourself for our viewers?
My name is Micaela Rivera. I am the language arts teacher at Santa Barbara Catholic School. I teach 5th grade and 8th grade. I'm also the Broadcast Media Club advisor.
Cool. And as we were talking about before you came on board, we were talking about how it's kind of difficult to getting our younger audience engaged in media or like in news or broadcast media. What are some tips that you would have for us regarding that?
Yeah, so younger audiences, as you know, just children in general, they have short attention spans. And I think now with like social media, even like adults, our attention spans are getting shorter and shorter with like short form content. So, you know, children just want things right away, like just instantly. They want things like upfront. They don't want to have to decipher any information, right? So I think just something like short and simple is like what they like.
Yeah, and Kobe here actually works on our digital team, so he's the one in charge of like converting our broadcast media news. We call them packages. So he takes that and converts it into like a reel, for example, like what you were talking about.
Yeah. So we've actually, our digital team's actually been playing around with a few formats because we noticed that like the packages are usually from like 3 to 5 minutes, and sometimes people just check out before it even hits 3 minutes. So yeah, so like the digital, we're trying to play with different formats and seeing like how can we get 5 minutes worth of information in something that people can just like see and like swipe and then be like, okay, that was pretty good. I want to comment and engage with it. So like a big thing that we found is pretty successful is like our infographics, which are very like picture heavy with a little bit of text, you know, like our opener is always like, our first page is always like a headline, like what it's about, and then it'll go into like topics, like it'll be like a picture, and then it'll give context like what it's about. So I think like those have been doing really, really well, and it's just like it's 5 slides. Like people can just swipe through it and be like, oh wow, I have all the information I need on this certain topic. So that is, I guess, one of the most successful things that we've been doing with digital. Especially with people's attention spans.
Like what you were saying, like not even 3 minutes and they've already swiped up, or they'll like comment even before they can reach the end of the video, and they're so wrong, they have to go back to their comments and say, I take that back, I didn't watch till the end, right? So it's they want like instant gratification.
I am curious to know though, just based on your experience with your students, do middle schoolers even consider that the news is for them when it comes on the TV or on their social media?
I don't think so, unless it is exactly catered to their liking. And I think that's why our broadcast media club works so well, is because they see students just like them. They see their classmates on there. They see younger kids, younger than them, being interviewed. And so it gets them interested in watching our news. But as far as like on TV, like what is going on in the world out there, they're not interested really, because they think that it doesn't relate to them.
But it sounds like you do have, sorry, my throat is going haywire. But it sounds like you do have like several students at your school who are interested in news, as you mentioned, being part of the broadcast media club. So those students, do they like take on the role as reporters and create stories themselves for it to be published? Like
it's all them. It's all them. They're hands-on with everything. I just guide them. They create the script. I give them what they should be focusing on. Like we're going to be covering our 75th year anniversary very soon. We just did a back-to-school segment. And so they do all the interviews. They go out there. They grab the phones and our cameras, and they just do it all.
Yeah, just like us. Yeah. There is still some hope for our youth.
Yes, there
are our mini news team out there.
Yeah.
I will say they love looking at themselves. They like seeing themselves, and I think that's what gets the other students really interested, is when they see other students on there, they're like, I want to be that. I want to be in front of the TV. I want to be there. So yeah.
So Ms. Rivera, as an educator yourself, what would you say are some like good media literacy habits that you're able to teach your students to be more interested in news?
Right. So as a language arts teacher, I do teach writing, and one of the things that I really have them focus on is their source, right? Like, is it true, right? Where did you get this information from? Is it hearsay? Those kind of things. So it all comes down to credibility. And I always like tell my students, you have to fact check. You have to make sure that what you're putting out there, what you're writing, is not just made up. Because once you put it out there for people to consume, they're going to believe that. And then it all starts from you, and you can't take that back anymore. So I think that's one way.
Yeah, that's a good point. And especially here, like another thing about like sources, we always well, one thing for us as reporters is like about protecting the source and also making sure that source is really reliable. So yeah.
Right, yes. Reliable source.
And I feel like nowadays a lot of people take opinion as fact. And it's like hard to tell, or you can often see like misinformation in like comments. Like people will be like, so and so and so, And then people will be like, oh, wow, that's cool. I believe that. And it's like, that's not true. And so like, yeah, I guess it's just like misinformation is such a dangerous thing nowadays, especially with like the increase in how much people use social media and their phones and stuff.
And with AI being more integrated into everyday life, sometimes you can't even tell if things are real or not. Have you ever seen those like AI videos of fake news broadcasters out in like a storm and stuff? I'm like, that's not me. Or, like, that's not a real person.
Getting blown in the wind.
So like, especially with the integration of AI and stuff, that's a new frontier in media literacy and being able to identify if something is AI, you know, looking into the details of it.
Yes. You know, the thing is, I think the younger generation is better at, you know, the older generation in identifying what AI is, but to decipher what is real or what is not, as far as like actual information is out there, they don't know. They will be like, Mrs. Rivera, I saw this. It's true. I'm like, how do you know? Where did you hear this from?
Are you sure?
Yeah. They'll just like believe anything. They're so impressionable. They don't know what they're watching is, if it's correct or not.
Yeah, and we kind of talked about this earlier, but because it's so challenging to keep any audience engaged, and of course our youth as well, do you have any tips for how can we keep, like, especially like middle schoolers, as you mentioned, like everything's at the tip of their fingertips, so it's so hard to like capture the attention span. How can we as KUAM keep our audience engaged?
Okay, so I know there to a certain level you need to keep it professional, right? But they do love it when they hear their words, you know, like the brain rot words. It's funny because I have like a list of banned words in my classroom, and they're not supposed to say in class. Whatever they do outside is fine, but you know, they have like these words that they say, and I'm just like, what? But they love it when they can relate to what you're saying, you know, and especially like what you put out there. If it relates to them, they absorb that up really quickly. So just news that is catered to students and just like the language that is being used, because sometimes when they hear like a big word or a long word, they're like, what? Right? They don't understand. And so they're just like, not for me. And then they scroll past it.
Yeah, that's kind of something we kind of touched on earlier. Maybe not those like slangs specifically, but we were mentioning how three of us are English majors, and we have to be very careful. Yeah, we have to be very careful not to like use all these like big words that, you know, your average everyday person won't be able to understand. So
right. I mean, when I was going to school too, my professor said, news is for the mass, right? It's supposed to be understandable for everybody. And so if you're just catering your news to like the elite, no one else is going to listen, right? It won't apply to them. And so.
Especially when you drown out things in like big words.
Exactly. Long, big words. And it's just like, even when I tell my students, like, if you're just droning on in your paragraphs, I don't want to read that. Just get to the point. So yeah, it's the same with news, right? Just straight to the point, I think, is what they like.
Guam's auto appearance specialist, Elegant Reflections, has been providing the automotive industry with professional detailing and car care products at its highest quality, from complete detailing, full interior detailing, exterior detailing, headlamp restoration, hand washing, seat and carpet shampoo, engine degreasing, undercarriage cleaning, paint sealant, fabric protection, paint oxidation removal, and so much more. Visit us at our new location. Call 646-5555 for an appointment. Elegant Reflections, Guam's auto appearance specialist, over 20 years of experience.
Okay, so Mika, can you tell us a little bit about what your Broadcast Media Club does and what kind of things they cover?
Okay, so I have a group of 8 students. I have 5 8th graders, and then like the rest are 7th graders. And so they write scripts. They interview students and teachers. They find news to write about. So we have a lot of events in our school. We have the spring play, we have Christmas concerts, we have the ice cream festival. And so they cover all of that. And when we have guests from the outside come into our school, we try to interview them. We interview other teachers, even our principal. And so, yeah, and then they edit too. I don't do any editing. So I teach them how at first, and then pretty much when they know what to do, it's all them. So it's produced by the students.
Wow. Truly incredible.
Yeah.
Truly broadcast media journalist right there.
is.
And you guys have your own community at Santa Barbara. So
Yes.
it's pretty much, it's really awesome.
It is awesome. And so I wanted to ask you guys, I mean, I think you guys are pretty young yourselves, right?
We're all Gen Z,
All Gen
actually.
Z.
So we're part of that generation that has all that slang too.
So you're like really into like the media part of the news, right? And our students are definitely social media users. Me, not so much myself. I'm trying to like get to their level. But as news reporters, like, how do you decipher like information when you see it online?
Oh, as
yes, as a consumer,
as
yeah.
a consumer of news. Oh, I think it's definitely changed after I became a reporter versus before I was a reporter. So like now, because like I'm always at work, so like in between, like when I'm doing my story, I'll see like, for example, national news, and I'll see like the reels always pop up first. So even for me, even though like I'm like the older generation of Gen Z, I still like what catches my eyes is like the reels that where they have like bold text and like it's like subtitles. It's kind of like Netflix, so it makes it easier to understand.
Right.
So I guess that's one portion of it. What about you guys?
Yeah, like for me, I honestly find myself looking on Instagram a lot.
Yes.
Especially like I'll know like it's credible information if like there's a check mark, the blue check mark. So I'm like, okay, this is like they're pretty solid here. Like they'll have the information that I need, but I can always go to Google if I'm not really sure. But I do check Instagram a lot for like especially like pop culture stuff. Like if something happens, I'm like, is that true? So I search it up.
Yeah.
And I just go all over the place. But yeah, I think social media is definitely like in my top 3 of where I go for information. And then Google's like my next one.
Yeah, I'd say I have like the same kind of pattern if I see something on social media. I think my high school and like middle school English and journalism teachers did their job, because every time I see anything, I always ask, like, is that true? Like you ask your students, is that true? Where did that information come from? So I'll like watch the reel on whatever platform it is, and then I'll go to Google and like try to find some kind of like maybe even an academic paper that's backing up that kind of information. Yeah, I'm pretty like, I need to know if this is like true or not, and I like really try to research it.
Yeah.
Even as a consumer, it's just my habit, so I guess.
Yeah, I don't really know if that's really like a generational gap per se, but more like, because before I would read like the newspaper, but nowadays like things are so like, you know, things are changing so fast. So now everyone's on Instagram. There's all these reels and different ways to like incorporate news into that. So maybe it's just like the changing times and not just like, you know, generational differences.
No, definitely. I think it's both, right?
Yeah.
Generational differences and changing times. The older generation is trying their best to catch up and adapt, but I think in a way, they're very impressionable because they're so used to like credible sources. And it's funny because like in college, I was taught you have to be non-biased, right? And I was so naive. I didn't know that you could be biased, right?
Yeah.
News sources could. And it was just recently that I saw that news sources could be biased. And now these older generation is reading this and they're like, what? They're getting mad, you know, whatever they consume, that's what they believe. And they don't, you know, do their own research apart from what they read. So yeah, I think it's both.
Yeah, and I guess like a kind of a good rule of thumb that the reporters here practice is like we don't only just like look at our news. At least personally, as a consumer of news, I look at all the other what the other media are doing and make sure like things are, you know,
factual.
Yeah,
only presenting the facts of the matter rather than, you know, how one side feels or we feel even.
That's a good tip also for like national media. Like I'll look at like CBS, NBC, CNN, and like all the other things.
Win one championship, you're celebrated. Win twice, they call you a hero. 3 times, they say words like legend and dynasty. 4, 5, 6 titles, they'll say enough is enough. But when you've won it all 7 times, what's left to say? The trophy speaks for itself. Introducing the full lineup of Ram trucks. Ram, 7-time winner of Motor Trend's Truck of the Year.
Okay, so now we're in our rapid fire round, and since we were talking about it earlier, we're gonna go through a rapid fire round of questions about slang. So, should I ask the first one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Kick us off.
Oh man. Yeah, you definitely will be hearing this in middle schools if you have younger kids. So, what does Riz mean? I know that Riz means to have charisma and charm.
Yeah, Riz is kind of like when you have like, it's like your ability to, charm somebody.
Got Riz. Yeah, also what they said.
Same. It's like when you have game.
Yes.
Yeah, charisma.
All right. Next question is, if someone says no cap, what do they mean? I think, I know it's like that's the truth.
Mm-hmm.
Like no cap.
Ditto.
Same. It means you're telling the truth.
You're telling the truth, not lying.
Oh my gosh, we've heard this word a lot of times from Jason here in the newsroom. What is skibbity?
Gosh.
I actually don't know, but we have multiple choice here. I think it's a type of dance.
When my students say it, I know it's like an insult. Like, you're skibbity. I think it's something bad. Like you're not good or like something. I know it's not nice.
Yeah, I don't know what skibbity
I don't know what skibbity means, but we do know that it's an official word in the Cambridge
I've heard
Dictionary
like
now.
skibbity
Right?
toilet,
Remember?
Yeah.
Students are gonna love
toilet.
that.
I don't know. I've heard that somewhere.
I know it's a meme. Like there's this head in a flushing toilet. So.
So
it's not good.
So I guess it's a fictional character from an online series then.
Yeah.
If it's that little
Bless your
character.
hearts, Gen Alpha.
Bless your hearts, Jen.
How did they come up with these words?
Next question.
Okay, so the next question is, what does IYKYK stand for? I think it's if you know, you know.
Yeah, that's a classic. I feel like a lot of generations.
That's not new, right?
No, I don't know. You know.
I feel like a lot of people use that now.
I feel like everyone knows
We used
that.
it in our last podcast episode, actually. So.
Okay.
So tune into that. Okay. Number 5. Okay. So which platform is known for its short form video content and viral trends? I would say from the options, it's TikTok. There's always a new dance going on and
R.I.P.
a new
Vine.
trend. R.I.P. Vine.
But yeah, it's TikTok.
Vine is the originator, guys.
That's true. Yes, TikTok.
Okay, what does it mean to flex on someone? It's like to show off.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I'm flexing on you that I know how to do this.
Same. Show off.
To show off.
Yeah.
I
That's
don't
an easy
have
one.
That one,
Okay. What is POV commonly used for on social media? Point of view. That's easy, yeah.
Right? Point of view. But then there's like that word social media. So is it something different?
Has it changed?
No.
I think it is like POV,
POV still,
you,
like,
da-da-da-da. But I feel like people use it wrong a lot of the time, but it does mean POV.
Okay.
on social
Yeah, because
media.
like there's the ones where it's like POV and then it's like it's a prompt, and then other times it's just like a POV like in the style a video is recorded.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like being recorded from somebody's eyes, or it's like a scene that somebody's setting POV.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. You learn something new every day.
Okay, what is it when something is busted?
Busted.
I use this a lot actually. For me, it's like when something's like really good.
Right.
Especially like food. Like I always go, this food is bust.
Bust. That's like the shortened version.
The shortened version of it, yeah. Like,
I
this
think
is
I definitely heard that term from Kobe on food calls.
I say it a lot.
The sandwich busted.
It's busted. Yeah.
Same. Yeah. Something really delicious.
I don't think I have the next question.
Oh.
So what is a stan? So a stan, I would say it's an overly enthusiastic fan. A stan doesn't have to be a bad thing though.
Mhm.
Like overly enthusiastic, that kind of sounds like a bad
A little
thing.
negative.
But
Like,
you're just really excited about something that you like. So
Yeah.
that's a stan, like a really big fan of like a musical artist.
Yeah, I know like the K-pop the K-pop community has a lot of stans like on social media. Like they'll have like their accounts like
a stan account.
Yeah, a stan
like
account.
a fan
yeah.
account, but a stan account.
Yeah, but they're like really like hardcore on it. Like they love this person so much and they will
I
defend
stan
them.
BTS.
Okay, yeah.
What does simp imply?
Oh no.
When you call someone a simp?
Yeah.
Well, it's like when you're like it's like when you would do anything for somebody, even if it's like a little embarrassing. Like you're a simp for this person, you would do that for them. That's just me. That's how I would explain it.
Like the other word that means the same thing would be like whipped.
Yeah, you're
Like,
whipped.
Yeah.
Okay, I know whipped.
Yeah.
So simp is like if somebody like were to like, oh, he went out of ways to get flowers, he's a simp. People would call him a simp.
Oh, that's just a nice thing
Yeah,
to do.
yeah.
Though.
So it's kind of like it's
is
it's
it
like
negative?
both. It can be,
Just
but
depends on how
it depends on how you're using it. Yeah.
Just get your girl flowers. You don't need to
Yeah.
be constant.
Well, yeah, I feel like it's not like a very bad thing to be a simp because it just means that you're really like in love with somebody, or like you really have a big crush on someone.
Okay.
Yeah. That's kind of sweet.
Something new.
It's sweet, yeah.
All right, that was
the
all
last
our
question?
questions. Yeah, that was all our questions for our rapid fire Gen Z and Gen Alpha literacy test. But yeah,
I think we did pretty well.
I think we did pretty well.
Yeah.
Except Skinny.
I'm so cringing. My toes are curling.
They're like,
If my students see this, they're gonna be like, Mrs. Rivera.
we told you what it means.
Your teacher actually taught us something that we're going to do as we wrap up this podcast episode. But yeah, thank you so much for joining us.
Yes,
Thank you so much for
Bye.
having me. I had a lot of fun too. Thank you.
And we're excited to see all the things that your students do in the broadcast media club.
Please check us
I'm gonna like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
Like and
to
subscribe.
Santa Barbara Broadcast Media.
And comment down below if you're watching on YouTube or Facebook, if you have any tips for us.
Oh yeah.
And we're gonna close off with something that you taught us. Block it. How do you do it? Like this?
Unblock it.
On TV, gotta be sassy. Do you have to be sassy? Block it.
I don't know.
Okay.
Oh, there's,
Usually a
she
small
has a head thing. She has a head thing.
It means like preach. You know?
I hope we're doing it right.
Alright guys, thank you for joining us on this episode of Off the Record.
Make sure to clock this episode.
Thank you for joining us on this episode of Off the Record.
Make sure to clock
Clock.
it after prime time between 6 and 7.
7. Was
Bye.
that right?
Yeah, that was right. Perfect. Bye.
Off the Record is part of the KUAM Podcast Network. Watch more episodes on the KUAM News YouTube channel and listen on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you get your podcasts.